defense. Now three's up from the top, off short iron, rebounded by Florida Southwestern, looking to push right away. Take it to the rim and swatted. Oh my gosh, did you see that, Jake?
And who else but Chandler Watts is gonna get up and send that one back to last week. We thought he'd do some dunks tonight, but starts off with that big, emphatic rejection.
No, but that is that vertical being showcased immediately, right out of the gate. He sent that all the way out of here, not a doubt about it. Now Florida Southwestern inbounds the ball, swings around to the top. KJ Parker now having a give and go with Jamari Johnson. Looking to bring a high screen and roll up, but that's actually gonna be passed off. Brought around over to Eugene Alvin. Now down, dumped inside, ball is lost, and we got a foul call. Call on the floor. Shooting foul on Felipe Patino is going to send Japheth Martinez to the line for 2.
Great dribble drive action there outside the three-point line. Give and go, as you said. Good ball movement, gets the ball inside. Patino went for the block and just got a little bit of the hand there.
Now 42 seconds into the game. Japheth Martinez at the line for 2. Connects on the first. He's a 61% foul shooter on the season. Jake, what is it that you like about this Florida Southwestern side?
Well, I like that they've won 5 out of their last 6 games. You know, they started out the year at 7-6, and since then they've been out the gates running, which has led them to this 5-2 record in conference play, but been good on the road as well in the last couple.
Yes, they certainly have. That second foul shot's off the mark. The Eastern Florida controls the board and is going to bring it up. Number 5, Corey Calker is going to give it over to Freddie Salam-Sia. Gets it back at the top of the key, fakes the screen to the right side of the arc. Eastern Florida looking to get some penetration, dump it down into the post. It's being denied well, so he's going to pull up for 3 and misses badly.
He had 4 threes last week. That time, misses everything.
Does. Florida Southwestern gets it inside. That was a crazy-looking shot, trying to get some English on it, up and underneath the defense, but great contest by Eastern Florida to force that miss. Now Modric Erkins-Ford drives down, uses the body. He's going to get contact and go to the line for 2. Way to force his will on the baseline.
And he does that better than anybody, and I'm really excited to see him do that on the right side of the basket. I think that's the only weakness I've seen in his very good game, and he's not super comfortable on the right side. That time gets into the body, goes up with the left, gets the foul call.
Yeah, that was well done. He's shooting about 76% at the line this year. His first is up and just off the mark. Rattles in and out.
Erkins-Ford's averaging 16 points per game, 7 rebounds. Offers from App State, Tulsa, and UTEP, the Chicago native, getting some D1 exposure.
And he connects on the second. We've got an even 1-1 score, just a minute and a half into this first half. Florida Southwestern here looking to get their first bucket of the game. Swinging around up top again, looking for a high screen. It's going to be sent away. KJ Parker now kicks it back left. Good defense by Freddie Salam-Sia. Contesting, forcing the kick out. Now the drive left, up and swatted. Amandre Erkins-Ford was waiting for that fantastic help defense to be there to reject that right out of bounds.
Ahmed Sumaharo did a great job of getting down inside that left block, put up a pump fake, which got Watts in the air, but Erkins-Ford coming out of nowhere, swatting that one with the left paw.
Yeah, early on, we've seen the small guards of Florida Southwest have a tough time with that. We have a turnover off the inbounds, so Eastern Florida's going to bring it back the other way. Pass off to Chandler Watts, who's hesitating, looking to do something there, gives it to Sia.
Could have gotten away with a carry there.
Yeah, a little bit, but Sia's off the mark with his first attempt, gets the ball back and puts it in. Second chance opportunity early for Eastern Florida. Florida Southwestern couldn't control the rebound.
Silla's got 5 double-doubles this year, gets on the glass. That's where he gets most of his points, is off rebounds.
Yeah, and he has had a couple of big games this year, scoring over 20, and now you have a turnover by Florida Southwestern.
They got a moving screen on 23, Japheth Martinez, the 6'9", forward, 225, just got a little happy feet there and forced his way.
Yep, and the refs were having a keen eye on that, so we're going to get the ball back to the Titans. Bringing it up here, Watts will swing it over to Sia. Now on the left wing, swing back around up top is Patino. Now Sia drives right and is going to get contact again.
Looks like they got the Buccaneers on the goaltend,
yes,
as well as the foul. So, and one opportunity from the line.
Yeah, they're going to count that. Ahmed Sumaharo is going to pick up that foul, his first. Third team foul already for Florida Southwestern. We're less than 3 minutes into the first half, Jake. Could be something to watch out for. This foul trouble could let Eastern Florida get back to the line. As we get the conversion on the and one for Sia, it is 6-1, about 3 minutes into this first half.
Martinez has 2 personal fouls already. They immediately sent him to the bench to be replaced by that Mississippi State commit, Joel Machot.
Yeah, Machot, as you mentioned, is going to be an exciting watch as he's recently committed to Mississippi State. We got a corner 3 going up and off the mark. Offensive rebound off the long miss. Sumaharo does a great job of getting his team a second opportunity. Now high screen and roll, driving down the lane, and that's going to be travel as he brought it up and down. Number 25, Machot, right away, actually drew contact, so we're going to get a foul in Eastern Florida.
Yeah, I thought Watts got all ball there, because if that wouldn't have been a foul call, it would have been a clean swipe, and then it would have been a travel, but I guess they got Watts on the hand.
Yep, and the ref's not letting that go, so Watts picking up his first foul of the contest. Going to get a couple more free throw opportunities for the Buccaneers.
I think that's something important to remember when a big is trying to get inside, especially at that kind of speed. You have to hold the ball up near the chest area with 2 hands as much as you can. That time Machot, the recent check-in, held it down near his waist, which allowed the shorter Watts to get a hand on it.
Yeah, he did. So ball security also going to be something to watch, as there's a lot of length to contend with on Eastern Florida's defense. So baseline out of bounds actually here, and we are going to get a push-off offensive foul. Joel Machot picking up the foul.
Amandrek Erkins-Ford, he's drawn 3 fouls on opposing bigs so far. The first one, Martinez is already out of the game with 2. If Joel gets 2, might be a really rough start for the Buccaneers.
Absolutely, Jake, because that's going to create some huge mismatches. Yeah, we had a lot of contact right there.
That could have, they give it another one. Yep, that's his second.
Wow, right away, we talked about it, and it just happened. Oh, goodness. Well, let's see what Coach Wallace is deciding to do for Florida Southwestern. He's going to keep Machot in the game.
2 of their best bigs already out with 2 fouls, and I really don't think that's on them. I think Amandrek Erkins-Ford is just that good at getting into the defense to where they feel like they can match his physicality, and then Erkins-Ford just backs off, leaving the defenders with a foul.
He is doing a phenomenal job of that, kind of baiting almost, as he gets the ball off the inbound. And now we have another foul. It's going to be a tech. And we're waiting to see who that tech's assessed to. We're going to get the technical free throw shot by Sia.
I think it was on the coach, because he extended past that timeline and went all the way down to the baseline, because I believe he was looking for a foul call. But yeah, I'm not totally sure. They didn't announce it.
Arguing with the officiating early, costing Florida Southwestern. Sia's going to get those free throws, and we're looking at an 8-1 game at 16:24 remaining in the first half. Still no field goals for the Buccaneers. See what the Titans do down here with their baseline inbound after the technical free throws.
And in the last game, the women's coach for Florida Southwestern got a warning because he did extend past that timeline. Feisty coaches on the other side.
And this time it's going to be a charge, saying that he used, I believe, the forearm to push off. That's Chandler Watts' second foul. It's going to have him substituted out of the game here. And it looks like Coach Gray might be doing a group substitution. Looking to see for that. Joviel Acevedo Arroyo checking into the game for Watts right now. Now Florida Southwestern bringing it back up the floor. Like we mentioned, looking for their first field goal.
The Buccaneers already with 16 fouls in the first 4 minutes.
Absolutely incredible. Now that was a great pass, and that basket's going to count by Machot. Joel Machot getting the foul on Joviel Acevedo Arroyo, and he's going to get an and one opportunity.
And this is very bold from Darren Wallace, leaving Maychott in the game with 2 fouls. But I think there we see the benefit of it because those guys, the offense runs through them. Great flash off that screen to get the N1 opportunity.
Yes, it was, and that was a well-executed pick and roll before the defense had an opportunity to collapse. The roller getting the ball on a nice high pass, fed into the lane, finishing through contact, and his size at 7 feet is going to be hard to contend with, as nobody is taller than 6'9" for Eastern Florida. So we'll see what the game plan is moving forward by Coach Gray and the Titans on how they plan to stop him down low.
Please take advantage and visit our credit union table in the lobby. We have Titan cards. Do we have anybody that's already currently a community credit union member? All right, we got a few hands in the air. Do we have any alumni in the house? Hands in the air. Yes, yes, yes. Uh-oh, I'm running out of time. So we want to just make sure you be prepared to go and visit our community credit union table here in the lobby. Round of applause for our Titans. There we go.
Joel Maychott on that and one opportunity. He converts it. We're looking at an 8-4 game in favor of the Titans 4 minutes into this first half. Corey Calker swings it to the left side. Pitino, and offensive foul call is going to be another turnover here by the Titans.
So that time, Amondrick Erkins-Ford, he had Joel Maychott on his back, and he wrapped around his hands behind Maychott, trying to make it look like Maychott was fouling him again. Instead, that time, the refs read it right, called him Erkins-Ford on that one.
Yeah, it didn't work. You see a lot of those hooking plays at the D1 and NBA levels, and tried to take advantage of it there to pick up a third foul call on Maychott. Didn't work. Almost strips him here down on this end, though.
And that time, to give it a little bit of an illustration for the fans who aren't familiar with basketball, Erkins-Ford basically just leaned in for a kiss and then dodged the other way. So Joel Maychott thought it was going to be some action there, but instead, because he ripped the seat out, drew the travel.
Yeah, fantastic job pulling the chair out from under him, get that turnover, and that got Maychott out of the ball game. Now fed down inside. Erkins-Ford with the finish off glass. Nicely done from the left block.
Tough layup right there over the outstretched arms of the defender.
And now the other way, we're getting some pressure by Eastern Florida up top. Looking to break the defense. It's a nice drive, and a blocking foul is called underneath. That was close, right around that restricted circle.
I think you're right on that one. Pitino was in great position, but I believe he had that left heel on that restricted area half circle. So that'll be a second early on.
And now coming to the line. First is good. We're looking at 10-5 at the 15-minute mark. Sumaharo shooting about 68% at the foul line this year.
So after the 2 fouls, Pitino checks out of the game, and Sumaharo at the line has missed a couple of games, but had a season-high 22 points off the bench against the conference leaders in Daytona State.
His second one's off the mark. He's one of the guys that they lean on in offense, scoring 10.5 a game this year. Eastern Florida coming back the other way, and that pass almost got away from Erkins-Ford. Now kicked out to Sia, back down into the post and see what he can do. On that right side where he'd like. Good swing over to the left corner, pass almost lost control of, kept in. The drive is swatted. What a rejection. Now the second chance opportunity, third chance. Tried to put back slam was Erkins-Ford and couldn't get that to go. Oh my goodness.
They're just padding the rebound stats down there. No one wants to finish it. Nate King got clobbered though. I'm shocked they didn't call a foul.
Oh yeah, there was a lot of contact happening down there in the scramble. Now baseline almost getting caught up there with Sumaharo. Right side triple off the mark by Silva. Eastern Florida is bringing it back the other way. Screen pushed off. Now, Isoji is going to use that screen from Sia just to kick it back over to Calker. See what Eastern Florida is trying to do on offense. Get another drive down the left side, and again, the finish doesn't go. Second chance opportunity. Oh my goodness. Off the mark, and no one can control the rebound.
What are we watching right now?
I don't know. Oh, and there's a mid-range jumper to go on the other side by Sumaharo.
Everybody is trying to be cute around the rim. Just put it in. Like, you're going from the right side, trying to put it in on the left side with the right hand. Like, if I'm Silla, just dunk it.
No.
Like, he had the opportunity, just didn't use it.
Finger roll finishes and reverse attempts, none of them are going down. Offensive rebounds are great, but you want those second chance points if you're going to convert. Three-pointer from the right side is off the mark by Erkins Ford. And running all the way over to the corner, fighting for that rebound, is Florida Southwestern now stripped. Loose ball picked up on the right side. Calker's going to drive over to Sia, and he finishes with the left hand. There might have been some contact there, but he got to go off glass anyhow.
That time he got above the rim and just laid it in. That's what I'm talking about. Let's not see any more of this cute stuff. Let's just put it in the basket. That time needed a transition break to do it.
Yes.
I got two.
Good solid finish we saw there finally, Jake. And now a nice dump inside. There's the slam. That's Japheth Martinez getting the two. It makes it 12-9. Eastern Florida State on top.
Martinez again with 2 fouls already, coming back in and looking pretty aggressive for a guy who's already got 2.
Yeah, you aren't kidding. He did not shy away on that finish. Eddie Salam Sia is going to swing it over to the left. Eastern Florida slowing it down. Drive right side, and we got a bump there, so that's going to be a foul call on Jeremy Innocent of Florida Southwestern. He's looking over at the coaching staff, a little confused about that, what they sometimes call marginal contact, Jake.
Yes, sir. We got 4 new Buccaneers coming in. And I think just what stood out to me so far is the size of the Buccaneers completely outmatches that of the Titans. I mean, we've got so much depth of guys that are at least 6'9" coming into the game, but overall, Sia and Erkins Ford have held their ground, having to play seemingly the whole game.
Yeah, they've done a phenomenal job in the first almost 8 minutes, Jake. But as you were talking about that mass substitution, we have Abdoulaye Kanade, Jamari Johnson checking in, as well as Eugene Alvin. And Joel Maychot checking back into the game despite that early foul trouble. Second free throw attempt here coming for Eddie Salam.
The Titans have won 11 out of their last 12 since early December. Florida Southwestern, 5 out of their last 6. So both 2 hot teams coming in playing in Melbourne today.
Yeah, absolutely. And Eastern Florida trying to defend this second spot in the conference, 18-3 overall. Seeing some sets here now with the man-to-man. The offenses are trying to get the ball into, like you said, the size of Florida Southwestern down low, and they're not able to do so. But here's the drive and kick for a corner. Nope, you're going to swing it back out around from baseline. Right wing Trey's off the mark, over the back and out.
The shots that are shot from really far away from the rim end up bouncing the farthest. That time just got a little bit of that back rim, but there's enough momentum to send it over the backboard.
Yeah, and at the 11:44 mark of the first half, we have a Titans lead of 14-9 over the Buccaneers. We got this 14-9 lead for the Titans, just over 8 minutes into the first half. Recently checked into the game is F.A. Tamaz, number 14 for the Titans. And also number 4, Yoav Batzer Swing right to the top of the key. Corey Calker is going to use the high screen. Back over to Freddie Salam-Sia. Nice. Oh, no, too soft on the right-hand finish. And that time they couldn't come up with the offensive board. Whoa, long look ahead under the basket, and that's going to be saved, but it's still thrown away for a turnover. Corey Calker now driving, and he's going to have a nice right-handed contested finish off glass.
Yeah, that time Ahmad Sumahoro, an uncharacter-like play for him, throws it up into the arms of, that was Chol Maychot, but a bad pass by Maychot sends that one into the backcourt.
That was a great job by Maychot to control that pass. It was a little long under the basket, but throw it back across the midway line, and there's a turnover after all. That shot, a turnaround by Abdoulaye Konate, too strong. Now here's a attempted left-hand finish by Freddie Sia, and that is going to pick up a foul on Florida Southwestern. See who it's on, because they already have foul trouble.
They have 8 total fouls in the first 10 minutes in this first half. Overall, though, I think for Salam-Sia, he gets inside really well, but I wish he got closer to the basket on those layups, because the last time he threw up kind of an off-balance right-handed hook, a right-handed upshot, and then on the left side, didn't get all the way to the rim and didn't even have a chance to make it. Got fouled, though. Yeah,
exactly. He was able to pick up the contact and get him the opportunity at the line. He connects on the first. Freddie Salam-Sia is shooting about 79% on the season as he hits both of these. Makes it an 18-9 game. Titans trying to stretch out this early lead thanks to the foul trouble that they've generated for the Buccaneers.
Now back in is Chandler Watts, who's got at least one personal foul.
Looking to slow down the pace here are the Buccaneers. Working on getting into a set. The lane is wide open. They got good spacing by the Buccaneers here. Gonna settle for a triple from the right wing. That's knocked in by KJ Parker. Getting himself on the board for the first time tonight, 18-12.
The leading scorer got his first points on a very contested three-point look, but he doesn't need much space.
No, he doesn't. He made that one look easy. We have another foul called, Jake. This is getting out of hand quickly. This is going to send Efe Tamaz to the free throw line for the Titans.
Yeah, lots of fouls so far. I mean, we started this game around 7:15, 7:20, and 10 minutes into this one, we're already at 8 o'clock. A lot of fouls so far that have stopped action.
Absolutely, we're in for a long one at this rate. The first of the 1-and-1 was off the mark, so no points out of that trip to the line. Florida Southwestern bringing it back the other way. A lot of intensity on the defensive end, at least trying to force pressure up top, don't you think, Jake? To no avail there as KJ Parker again, back-to-back possessions, hits that leaner from the left baseline. That was a nice-looking shot.
Yeah, a couple big shots to cut this lead back to 4 now for the Titans. And again, doesn't need much room. He just needs a little bit of space. And that jumper, he gets a high release and it looks pretty.
Yeah, that was a nice pass across the lane right there. And that finish is good. Chandler Watts going off glass and getting a friendly roll.
Watts been offered by Fairfield, UAB, and Manhattan. Scored at least 10 points in 6 straight games. He's looked well today.
Yes, he has. That 6'5" guard is going to have some options here in the next year. Now left corner triple. Eugene Alvin connects, makes it 20-17, just under 9 minutes left in the first half. A few good offensive possessions, and the Buccaneers have battled right back into this one. Again, nice drive, kick over, and that's going to be offensive basket interference. Efe Tamaz a little over-eager, trying to get up there for the offensive board. Just makes contact with the ball while it was in the cylinder.
Yeah, Tamaz jumped up when, if that would have come off the rim regularly, he could have had a putback slam, but instead it rolled around the rim a little bit. We saw that a lot in the women's game as well, just these close shots in and out, and the timing just messes up the rebounds.
Yes, it does, Jake. Got a high screen here coming. KJ Parker trying to get it going offensively for his team. He's been the catalyst for the recent resurgence. Now right there, another tough finish through the contact. Jeffeth Martinez gets that one to go. Rolls in, and it's a 1-point game.
Takes it right into the throat of Erkins Ford. Didn't worry about the over physicality with 2 fouls. Instead, took it right to him and finished right next to the rack.
Solid finish through contact. And again, we're going to see that. Oh, little dump pass to the right side, and Watts is going to get it and draw a foul. Good kick over there by Erkins Ford.
Foul there on 23, Japheth Martinez. That's his 3rd foul in the first half, which will send Machop back into the game.
Interesting to see this kind of chess match as we still have a lot of time to go in the first half. We're going to see some guys coming in and out probably to try and contest with the bigs on either side while we're seeing all of these fouls being called down low.
And that foul came right before the 8-minute media timeout. So I know Coach Darren Wallace is kicking himself for that one. It was 2 seconds away from a stoppage in play, but instead that's his 3rd, and we may not see Martinez for the rest of the half.
No, unfortunately not, Jake. We got that first foul shot going down for Chandler Watts. He's only shooting it at about 60% this year, but he's able to connect on both of these. Makes it 22-19 for the Titans.
Good comeback here for the Bucks. Titans controlled this early, but a couple good sets, a couple good shots. We got a game.
Absolutely. And there's a 3 from the top of the key. Off short iron, oh my goodness. Almost an epic putback slam as it was crashing in from the left corner. It was not to be for Jamari Johnson. Wow.
And that's what you can get when the ball bounces off the rim regularly. You've got guys flying in, trying to put one back, but he's going to look back at that shot and hate that he missed it.
Oh, I tell you what, Jake, my high school coach would have been proud the way these guys are crashing the rim, at least in the first half. They're following their shots. Here's Erkins Ford. Nice up fake and one. Phenomenal drive to up fake, get his defender in the air and off balance, and he goes up through that contact. It's going to make it 24-19 as we go to a short timeout. But before that, how about Mondrick Erkins Ford?
Yeah, Erkins Ford right there. There's 2 reasons that shot was really good. Number one, it was a great and-one shot at the end of the shot clock. So if that one didn't get released when it did, would have been a turnover. But also, he drew the 3rd foul on Machop, which means 2 of the best bigs on this Buccaneers team with 3 personals. Not good news for Darren Wallace's squad.
No, it's certainly not. He's going to have to rely more on these guys that don't normally get big minutes tonight. So we'll be following that as the action continues.
We got a little band action out here, the pep band out here for the Titans, making this one a little bit more enjoyable. I tend to like college atmospheres more than pro because of the band. It completely changes everything.
I couldn't agree more with you, Jake. That's just such a good vibe. The student sections, the chants, you know, kind of the rowdiness of getting the people into the game, and then the connection that they feel to these players, to this team. The community is just amazing.
Great crowd out here for sophomore night. 7:16 left, and again, I think, as you said, you described it as a chess match. I think that's exactly what it's been, but both teams really playing straight up, playing man-to-man, playing physical, trying to outmatch each other with each other's athleticism, and it's made for a really good game, but obviously we've had 16 foul calls in the first half, which makes it a little bit slow.
It does. At least both offenses are getting something going, as that and one opportunity is good for Mondrick Erkins Ford. He's got 6 on the evening so far.
Salam Sia has 13 points, so the bigs combining for 19 when the Buccaneers have a lot more depth at that position.
Florida Southwestern right now looking to get some penetration. Kick ball, unfortunately, almost a turnover forced by Yoav Botzer, but went off his foot. It's going to stay here. 25-19 at the moment. Titans ahead of the Bucks. 6:54 left in this first half. Side out of bounds. And there's a deflection forced. And, oh, the finish is off the mark. That rim was contacted, but ref's letting it go.
That rim was grabbed, Ty. No call.
Yeah, they evidently are making the determination that it was off the rim, but either way, that results in an easy bucket. Nice dump pass and simple finish on the other end. It's 25-21.
I mean, plays like that can completely change the game if not called the right way. It would be 27-21, or 27-19. Now it's 25-21.
Going for a tomahawk right-handed slam. getting rejected by the rim, unfortunately, there was Watts. Now on the other end, driving, left-hand finish is no good. Drawing contact, though, on Acevedo Arroyo is going to send Florida Southwestern to the line.
Watts trying to deliver on his promise to give us some yams in February. That one didn't fall, but it looked good.
Oh, yeah, he cranked it back. That would have been one of those highlight reel jams, but it was not to be. Hopefully he gets another shot at one or two of those the rest of the game. Now at the moment, number 13, Eugene Alvin at the line for the Bucks. He's good on his first, averaging about 9 a game is the 6'8" sophomore forward, shooting about 60% at the foul line. Second attempt coming up here for Alvin. Connects. It is a 2-point game, 25-23. Just over 6 minutes left in the half. You've seen the pace of things pick up a bit on the offensive end for either squad. Now Erkins Ford spinning back left and right. Oh. And an unnecessary foul that he's going to pick up there, attempting to strip all the way at the other end.
Yeah, that's just a frustration foul right there. It rattled in and out, and then he came around, tried to punch that ball out like a linebacker, instead got that finger and led to the foul.
Yeah, Jake, he tried to hit the old Peanut Tillman punch, and that's just a bit unnecessary in a tight game. You can't afford calls like that when you've been one of the driving forces of your team's offensive production up to this point.
And I totally agree, but the one thing we were talking about pregame is how the Buccaneers really do outmatch the Titans in the height category. But if Erkins Ford is fouling like that, that kind of nullifies the advantage that they've had so far in the foul category when it comes to the bigs.
It does, yeah. Levels the playing field here. We get the first free throw made by Alvin.
And I think just this game goes to show that no matter how you start a year, doesn't change how you can finish the year. Again, 7-6 start for the Buccaneers, and they're 12-7 now, sitting atop this conference, and it's led to a good game today.
Yeah, they're on a roll. So are the East Florida Titans, who are currently find themselves in a tie game after building up almost a double-digit advantage just a few minutes ago. The Titans have won 11 of their last 12 and have been one of the best defenses in the conference, if not the best. Right here we get a nice baseline drive, but that reverse finish did not have a chance as it's swatted by Alvin. Now again, working baseline into the lane. Nice, strong way to use the body by Calker to create a little space with his defender and get the right-hand finish.
Calker's got offers from Louisville, New Mexico State, and George Mason, and a lot of people like in his game, and especially, I assume that physicality is liked around the Division I as well.
What's not to like about it? At only 6 foot, you have to be a physical guard if you want to be productive. Now we're going to get a loose ball out of bounds here. It's going to stay with the Buccaneers. 27-25.
And I thought I'd mention this. If you're watching JUCO basketball, then you're likely a basketball fan. The Warriors just acquired Jimmy Butler, Ty.
Oh,
so the
no.
Jimmy sweepstakes are confirmed. They don't get Kevin Durant or LeBron. They get Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, well, it depends on who your allegiance is to, if you're happy or not about that. As a non-Warriors fan, personally, I can say that I'm happy for them. They can have their Jimmy Butler, but a lot of people down here in Florida have kind of had their feelings soured towards him in this past year, having him go from hero to a bit of a villain of the team down in Miami.
And that time, Eugene Alvin. That's the problem with having big feet. A 14-size-foot shoe. That time stepped on the baseline or the sideline a little bit.
Just don't realize your own size. And now we're going to get an offensive foul call, unfortunately. That's Wesley Isoji picking up. So 9th team foul on the Titans. Just both sides really going to have to tighten that up in the second half.
19 total fouls across both teams, which means we might see that depth coming into being a factor late in that second half.
Yes, it will, Jake. And it'll be interesting to see how much of an emphasis Coaches Gray and Wallace both put on that at halftime. Right there, strong take, but no good by Sumaoro. And we're going to have, I believe, a foul call.
Yeah, another foul, which sends Isoji to the line. They're so physical down low on those rebounds, and although the refs have been very whistle happy, it hasn't changed their physicality at all. Both teams sticking with the game plan.
Yeah, certainly. That's something these players are going to have to adapt to, realizing how the officiating crew is calling this game. Efsc now, his first trip at the line.
Efsc has not attempted a three-pointer this year, but he's in the game because he can get to the rack, he can get rebounds and be physical, which matches the tempo of this game pretty well.
It does, and speaking of rebounds, there's another second chance opportunity as the offensive rebounds controlled by Sia. Gonna slow it down, kick things back out. Look to set up the offense are the Titans. Gotta get a shot off, step back left side, triple long, didn't connect with the rim.
I think they were trying to draw up a play for Felipe Bettino to get a three, but Corey Calker taking matters into his own hands. Might regret that one.
Yeah, a little bit, especially because he didn't connect. Coach is gonna have a word when you don't like the shot selection, even though it's desperation with the clock winding down. Triple on the other end, coming right back to answer is KJ Parker. We have a tie game again, 28 all, less than 4 minutes to go in this first half. KJ Parker now sitting at 8 points, dished out a few assists and grabbed a couple boards. He's having a nice night for the Buccaneers, Jake.
Yeah, Florida Southwestern only averages about 76 points a game compared to Eastern Florida State's 83. Both teams are well under what that number should be like at this point in the game. And even with all the foul calls, all the free throws that we've seen, still a low-scoring game so far.
Yeah, it is, and I think that can mostly just be attributed, Jake, to that slow start that we saw. Neither team had anything going but free throws for the first several minutes because there were so many of those fouls being called. So contact on close shot attempts, trying to get the ball into the post, and the big men just back and forth with kind of slapping each other's wrists, banging down low. Whereas we've seen now a bit more of the mix with the perimeter game also.
And personally, just as a broadcaster, I hate to see all the fouls because it kind of ruins the tempo, ruins the pace. No team can really get out on a big run. You know, college basketball is usually described as a game of runs, but a game like this, that's not really possible because the whistle's being blown so much. So we are really going to see who is the grittiest team today. Maybe not the best team. Who's the grittiest team?
Yeah, not every win is pretty, Jake. Some of them are ugly, and that might be one of those tonight. But at this point in the season, matters a little less how you get it done and just that you get it done. Sitting at 18-3, the Titans here the last few weeks of the regular season, trying to make the push to get up to the top spot in the conference. They'll have a matchup with Daytona State in a couple weeks for that. Now a nice strong drive. Looking for contact was Calker, but he didn't get it. So that's off the mark. Buccaneers coming back the other way.
Alvin was a stone wall there on that drive from Calker. Held his ground and altered that shot a little bit.
Yeah, way to be stiff and go straight up, not allowing an attempt to get through or over him. Now a step back Jay. It's off the mark on the other end by Parker. Sia's bringing it up the floor for the Titans. He's looking to take advantage of the size mismatch right now. He does as he gets inside. Right hand finish is good. Beautiful touch on the hook. Immediately the other way. Got a baseline drive to a kick out. And then from the corner backing down. Almost lost across the half court line.
Nate King now checking into the game. Only averages 2 points a game, but he can defend very well on their best player.
And that ball's lost there, had to be saved. Calker's gonna get it. Going up, oh my gosh, that was plastered against your glass by Innocent, but he didn't have help back on defense. The second chance opportunity is gonna get a bucket for the Titans.
Held his ground again, didn't let that one fall. Double C had the transition break, and seemingly Innocent came out of nowhere.
Oh my goodness, we have seen some emphatic rejections tonight, Jake. A few less of those slams that we were talking about pregame, but we have nonetheless seen the athleticism on full display. They're a great contest by Calker that's gonna force an air ball. Great defense.
Uncharacteristic there for Parker, who has had a really pretty stroke the last couple shots. He's got 8 points today, but the last two have been a little bit off. That one had to rush it because of the shot clock and just missed left.
Yeah, right there, Jake. He just kind of forced it. Buccaneers, I'm assuming, will look for a better shot as possessions are limited. We're in the final 2 minutes of the half, and it's a 32-28 game in favor of the Titans. Slowing things down again here are the Titans. With a minute and a half left. A little bit of contact, shoving back and forth going on at the elbow. Oh, nice pump fake. Shots up. Patino unfortunately misses everything there as he created a lot of separation.
He's asking for the ball to be tipped, but I think we all know that was an air ball. And that time he did the step back and was a little off balance, leaning to the left, which typically can alter your shot to fall left rather than going right down the middle. That time, Patino fell into that.
Well, you know, Jake, he was leaning left and the ball went left because you feel that, right? There's a draft that just came through the arena.
There's some wind there.
Yeah, indeed. Off the mark are the Buccaneers on the other end. There's going to be a foul call after the offensive rebound. I believe this is on F.A. Tamaz. Tamaz's first foul of the half. Another one of the guys with length that's been trying to support down low defensively for the Titans, where we've had this back and forth foul trouble of the bigs on both teams.
And also for Patino, that was his first shot of the game. He is one of the best scorers on the floor, but he does a great job of being a role player when he needs to, only taking high percentage shots, getting good looks off of down screens, and that time just missed. But hopefully that shot gives him a little bit of a feel for it.
Yeah, absolutely. With only a minute left in the half, he'll try to make up for this slow start in the second half, I'd imagine. Eugene Alvin connects on his first free throw.
Been very impressed with just the resiliency of the Buccaneers to be down early and fight back like this.
Absolutely. Neither team has been able to pull away. It's been very small kind of mini runs rather than drastic swings of momentum so far in this first half. It's just a three-point game in the final minute. 32-29 East Florida. Kick out over to the right side.
Fans asking for a travel there, but I thought Tamaz did a good job of getting rid of it.
Yeah, he had to get rid of that one at the last second. Again, a little shuffling the feet, but Acevedo Arroyo's shot off the short iron.
If anything, that was a travel.
Yeah, exactly. And now we are going to get a foul call. Refs having a short little discussion here.
That will be a foul on 14 for Tamaz, who pushed a little bit with that arm.
Yeah, 14 on 14 crime there is Jeremy Innocent, number 14 for the Buccaneers, is going to get to go to the line. Double bonus. Both teams have hit the limit for the fouls.
And typically you can get away with having an arm up on defense, but they do teach you to just let them come into your body so you can draw a charge easier if they push a little bit too hard, and Tamaz got burned for that one.
Yeah, that's a great point, Jake.
Especially at the top of the key.
Yeah.
They're going to call that almost every time out there.
Yeah, you can't get away with it on the perimeter nearly as easy as you can down low when it's a little bit crowded, and you can disguise that. We have a 2-point game after that first free throw goes down. 34 seconds left. Jeremy Innocent, normally about a 57% foul shooter, freshman forward's getting his second attempt at the line. And that one's off, a little bit long. See, as Eastern Florida look to slow things down, get a good shot here. Actually, we're going to get a timeout from Coach Gray. He wants to make sure that they capitalize and try and extend the lead a little bit before half.
I like that. You're not going to get an opportunity for a 2-for-1. So
no.
Best opportunity here is to run that shot clock down as far as possible and put up a layup. Throw some offensive rebounders down there. And one of the guys that you could do that with, at least for the FSW side, is Jeremy Innocent, who averages 2.2 offensive rebounds. So I expect a very physical possession coming up, but I would definitely give it to, if you can, get Felipe Patino in some action to get him a 3-point shot down the stretch.
Yeah, absolutely. Just give him, like you were saying a second ago, a good feel for hopefully his offensive game going into the second half. But also, as we have seen up to this point, Freddie Salam Sia has been the main contributor for the Titans. 15 first half points. Wouldn't be too surprised if the ball somehow finds its way into his hands for this last shot of the half for Eastern Florida.
And Salam Sia can hit the 3 ball. He hasn't hit one today, but had 3 in that game, or 4 in that game rather, last week against Hillsborough.
Yeah, he has been highly productive this year. Got 5 double-doubles on the season. As we mentioned, looking to take their time. Corey Calker's just going to dribble it out a little bit up top. Now the Titans look to move into it. Oh, there's Patino. Like I said, tried to get him to look in the corner. Now down inside to Sia. Puts up a tough shot. Good contest by Eugene Alvin. He's been, like you said, a stalwart. Last second shot is up and off the mark. Jamari Johnson had a good look at it from the right baseline, but too strong. And that score of 32-30 is going to hold as we wrap up the first half. Nice, closely contested game. Very entertaining, Jake.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a good back and forth game so far, especially in the back half of that first half, but they tried to get Patino in some action there. Couldn't get the shot off. Really good play down the stretch to try to get a shot off on this side, but just missed, and we've got a 2-point game.
Yep, and we're going to send it down to the sideline now with our reporter, Jordan Osborne, who has Coach Gray ready.
Hey, Coach, what were your expectations coming into tonight's game?
That it was going to be a really tough game. I mean, we knew that Florida Southwestern's a really good team. They've been playing really well lately. We knew it was going to be a fight for rebounds, fight every possession, and that's exactly what we got.
It's been a close game. How does your defense adapt coming out of the half?
Well, I think it's a couple of different things. We're letting them get a couple clean looks, second chance opportunities. They've gotten, I think, about 5 offensive rebounds. We got to eliminate the second chance points. It's got to be a one-shot defense for us. It's got to be a one shot and that's it. And we got to block out the most important part of the defensive possessions, a rebound, and we got to do a better job rebounding.
How do you win this turnover battle?
So it's all about just making the simple play. I think we got a couple of times where we're forcing passes, so we got to make the simple play. The simple plays are there, and just allow the ball to move. And then the second, third side offense is where we got to attack.
Thanks, Coach. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Jordan. Appreciate that insight from Coach Gray. We'll be sure to look out for that in the second half.
So you're going to have 30 seconds. I just want you to demonstrate. You have 30 seconds for a layup. You do a layup, whatever you feel you need to do. Then you got to come to the free throw line, and then you got to do a three-point shot. So sharp fans a little bit about what you're going to do. First thing is your layup. Let's go. Oh, he's trying to dunk on me. Then we got a free throw. All right, you should have loosened up. You should have loosened up. All right. All right. Boom. All right. All right. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. And then you're going to get a three-pointer. Oh, okay. We should have got you in the contest. So we got to get ready to have our individuals who are going to be able to do the shoot-around. Our first contestant is Anna Rositsky. Is Anna here? Okay, Anna. Anna representing the cheerleaders. Round of applause. Okay, right here. You stand right there. Okay. Follow background dancers with her. Okay, who else do we have? Mateo Acevedo. Mateo in the house. Come on down, Mateo. Come on down, Mateo. Who else do we have? Anthony Williams. Anthony Williams. Is Anthony Williams here? Anthony Williams, where you at? Anthony Williams. Oh, just take your time, Anthony. We ain't doing that. We ain't got nothing wrong. We got all day for you, sir. Just take your time. Round of applause for Anthony is coming, and then we have one more. Who is it? Antonio Candelaria. Antonio, who is it? Antonio? He's here? All right, come on down. So let me get all my participants right here. All my participants right here really quick. All right. Madam Chair. So who do we want going first? Who do we want going first? Mateo is up. You got 30 seconds before you shoot. We have someone that wants to interview you really quick. Oh, he told me to name somebody. So, special guest appearance, we have Mr. Cat Williams. Round of applause for Cat Williams.
Why do you want me to be Cat Williams? It's God's side and there's the other side.
All right. Can we get 30 seconds on the clock? You got layup, free throw, and three-pointer. Let's go. Oh, you get down. No, come down here. All right. Shot clock. It started. All right. We got to remember that time. All right. You got to make it. There we go. Back for a three-point line. You got 15 seconds left, sir. 14, 13, 12, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and all right. Good job, sir. Good job. Who do we have next? Okay. All right. Okay. Your name again, ma'am?
Anna,
All right, Miss Anna, and your major?
education.
So we got a future teacher in the house. Round of applause for our educators. Okay, okay. Where you're up, ma'am. Do your thing. Layup, free throw. Start down here. Start down here. And when you start, clock's gonna start. There you go. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on. All right, there you go. You're almost there. Come on, come on. All right, you're almost there. There we go. Come on. There we go. All right, all right. Free throw line. Free throw line. You got it. All right, there you go. Up close. All right, all right. Oh, that's it. Hit right. There you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Oh, my God. Great job. Round of applause with our future educator. Who's up? Who's up? Okay. All right. You're a lot bigger than the stands, man. I got to calm down a little bit. All right. We'll get you down here. Start there. Layup. And then a free throw line. All right.
That's not even fair. He's 8 feet tall. That's not even fair. This should be easy. He got this. This is my 2K player, you guys. It's easy. Thank you. Smooth. One more. Come on. You got 7 seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. It's in there. Yep. There it is. There it is. Oh, man. So easy. That's all right. Still way better at it than I am. It's your turn, sir. You got this. All right. Run the clock. Bam. That's one. 1 out of 1. Come on, another one. There it is. Bam. All right. There you got it. You got it. Flick the wrist a little bit. There it is. Oh. Got it. You know, y'all got sneakers on? All y'all got scrubs, slides? Y'all playing this? All right. That's good though. Yeah. Man, it might have been the sneaker to give you extra inches. Yeah, they do make a difference. There you go, right there. Oh my goodness.
Okay, now we have no one to make the three-point shot. So, what do we want to do? First one that makes the three-pointer is going to go off to the $250 grand prize drawing. Round of applause. Let's get y'all over here. Get to your spot. Get to your spot. Get to your three-point spot. Here we go right here. We got to have one of you guys assigned to her. All right? And one assigned him. Give the rock. Give the rock. All right, give the rock. All right, guys, let's tap it up for a minute. This was the big drawing. Give the rock, give the rock, give the rock. And the first one who makes it goes into the $250 drawing. And 3, 2, 1, shoot. Hurry up, guys. Give her a rebound. Give her the ball back. Oh, right here is our winner. Pepe, can we get some music for him, please? Music for him, please. Music, music, music. So, round of applause for this gentleman here. He's going to be in the drawing right over here. First of all, let's give you your $50 gift card and your $50 gift card here. All right. Say you're going to give Uncle Mike 50% of his earnings. So you get right there. All right, all right. Mike, come on. So we have about 6 weeks, so we got a little time left. So, do we have all the names in the drawing? Everybody's in there. All right, so, you're gonna pull the name? Ladies and gentlemen, we have the amazing Miss Mary Friday, who is going to draw the name of the person who will win $250. Can we get a drum roll, please, from our pep band? The winner is
Russell. Russell Pengan.
And Russell is here. Come on. Russell is the see you. Slide this way. Slide this way. We got the basketball team with me. Right here, right here, right here. There we go. Tight. There we go.
Huge shout out to all the Eastern Florida State College alumni. Huge shout out to y'all, Brevard Community College alumni, which is the same thing. Just want a huge shout out to you guys. I don't know if you said that earlier, but we appreciate you all.
All right, Jake, so we have halftime of the Titans up over the Bucks by just 2. We talked about it before the game that we expected this could be another close contest after the last one was decided by just 6 points. What did you see in that first half?
Saw a lot of physicality. I mean, that one speaks for itself. If you're watching this game, you've seen a lot of fouls, a lot of very tough rebounds. So, like I said earlier in that first half, I think the grittier team is going to win today. Maybe not the most talented, but the most athletic and the best, most gritty team will likely come away with the win. Maybe the deepest team as well will help too, because we could see a lot of guys foul out late in this one.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. And as we heard Coach Gray just a minute ago talking about the importance of rebounding and to go along with that grittiness that you're referring to, I think that it'll be interesting to see which team makes a more concerted effort to avoid the foul trouble while maintaining that physicality down low, battling for the boards.
Absolutely, and we're going to see a lot of that physicality again, I assume, because both teams are very strict to their identity. We didn't see very many adjustments at all in that entire first half. Defensively, I mean, they were both man-to-man that entire game, and the two bigs, Martinez and Mayshot, having 3 fouls might affect that defense a little bit, but I don't know. Both coaches have seemed pretty stickler so far.
No, they've stuck to those game plans exactly. And we'll see if further foul trouble can kind of force their hands to go into some zone or what other adjustments they might have to make. But we'll be looking for consistency from this officiating crew also. If the gameplay is going to be the same as it was in that first half, and then it's going to slow things down, I think personally that favors the Titans a little bit more in a slow defensive contest.
I certainly agree, but when the Titans get out in transition, that completely changes the game. We see the high flyers they have, like Chandler Watts and Amandrek Erkins-Ford. I think the defensive intensity needs to pick up a little bit, get out in transition, and that's where the momentum can come. You can't really get foul calls when you're in transition like that, so it can actually lead to some runs back and forth.
No, that's absolutely right. And hopefully we get to see them utilize that athleticism in the break. Hopefully there is a bit more of that because we didn't get too awful much of that transition play in the first half. We have just over a minute left till our second half. We'll be back in just a second with coverage of the second half between the Titans and the Buccaneers.
Welcome back in to the Titan Fieldhouse. I'm Jake Stoop alongside Ty Heckathorn. We got a 2-point contest in that first half. Both teams going back and forth. Physical, gritty matchup. What are you looking forward to seeing out of both of these teams in this second tie?
Yeah, for me to start, Jake, I am looking for Corey Calker to get it going a bit more offensively, as well as Felipe Patino. Patino held off the scoreboard in that first half. Hopefully he can get something going for the Titans here if he wants to contribute to a winning effort tonight.
In the game for Florida Southwestern State, Ahmad Sumaharo, Jamari Johnson, KJ Parker, Eugene Alvin, and Japheth Martinez.
Yeah, Martinez and Maychot are the two guys for the Buccaneers that have gotten themselves into foul trouble, 3 apiece.
Picked off by Erkins Ford in transition now is Patino. Could have got away with the travel there.
That was close.
Great ball denial inside by Martinez. Leads to the steal. And it looks like Martinez got hit in the face. Him and Erkins Ford collided on that play.
Yeah, it looks like he took an inadvertent shot as a bunch of bodies dove to the floor for that loose ball.
And they will tag Erkins Ford with the foul. So that'll be his third, but more of the focus right now is on Martinez's health.
Absolutely. Coach Gray and the Titans, probably last thing they want to see for their big to pick up a foul call early here. And then also for the Buccaneers, hopefully Martinez can shake this off and get back into the game for them. Japheth Martinez, the 6'9" forward, is a contributing factor to the bit of mismatching physicality that we saw down low that helped the Buccaneers get back into things and close the gap early and midway through that first half, Jake.
Japheth Martinez shaking his head. He gets up, walking back over. Good to see him looking okay. Got the assistant coach, Jared Nance, out there alongside the trainer.
Yeah, he makes his way back over to the bench. Probably going to check out for a minute here to make sure he's all right. It's an early adjustment. We'll see how both teams respond to a decently long break pretty early on into the second half action, trying to still generate some momentum for either squad.
Seemingly different circumstances. If we had a bunch of replays and cameras, they would review this likely for a flagrant or something extracurricular. But overall, nothing extra called on that play. But Martinez definitely got the worst end of that collision.
He did, but I do believe that that would be the right call. Anyhow, Jake, that a common foul is what we saw play out there. Just some inadvertent contact with a bunch of guys trying to get to the loose ball. Great effort. That's the kind of thing that coaches love to see, is those hustle plays, regardless of who it's coming from on your team.
And taking Martinez's place will be Joel Maychot. Both guys with 3 fouls and back in for Eastern Florida State. Corey Calker, Felipe Patino, Freddie Salam-Sia, Chandler Watts, and Imandrek Erkins Ford. Let's get back into it after the injury timeout.
And Maychot, as we said earlier, the 7-footer, committed to Mississippi State, going to be a Bulldog. Here the Buccaneers are on the offensive end.
Jamari Johnson looking on that right side for number 13, Alvin. Just an errant pass.
Yeah, turnover, not a way you want to start the first offensive possession of the second half. They need to get the ball into the hands of KJ Parker, I think, to be able to get the Buccaneers on track. He did a great job pulling them up out of the hole in the first half by getting a couple back-to-back buckets.
Latino ball fake. Eastern Florida State resets. Now Corey Calker driving inside. Sia working on Alvin inside, and they're going to give him the foul. Got those elbows a little too high.
And right there, just another player, thankfully only with 1 foul for the Titans, but we are seeing the whistle again early and often in this second half.
Ahmed Sumaharo. Alvin now on Silla. Corner, that's Sumaharo. Working on Patino on that baseline. Tries to find Johnson outside. Stolen by Salam Silla.
Not a good idea there, Jake, to try and force that pass across
Watts
the baseline.
inside. Tries to finish over the defender. Thought he could have gotten fouled there, but instead Erkins Ford going to the line after that foul.
That was a great take. Good contest as he was matched at the rim, but wasn't able to finish through some pretty solid defense. Buccaneers have a really solid 1-2 punch defensively between Eugene Alvin and Joel Mateshot. A lot of length to contend with for the Titans down low.
Perkins Ford with 7 points now, averages 16 and a half. So almost halfway to that mark now. And although he doesn't have that many points today compared to his average, his impact on this game, can't question that one.
No, it has certainly been felt, and plenty of time for him to get it going. He's scored double digits in all but one game this season. Looking to another bucket will get him to that mark tonight.
Perkins Ford knocks down both free throws, which extends this lead to 4. Shot clock at 10. Nate shot inside, throw down. Oh. Holy cow, what a take.
Wow, that was a fantastic finish right there. Blew past his man and then slammed it down.
What a spin move to get the space. Patino, top of the key 3, that's in. Where are the haters at now?
I don't know, Jake, I don't see him anywhere. We're getting some offense here finally. Hopefully this is a sign of things to come.
Airballed that first 3 on this side of the court. That time, knocked it down.
You know, sometimes, Jake, all you need is just to switch baskets. Other end of the floor can be it for you on the night.
Nate shot again, using that size, picked it off and put it in.
Yeah, if that were football, I would say that Sia just got mossed. That ball was over the top. Mateshot reached up over him, caught the pass, it was lobbed in and finished nicely.
Calker tried to feed Erkins Ford. The good hands by Mateshot tips that one out of bounds. Just 3 minutes in to this half, 3-point lead for the home team. If you're just now joining us, I'm Jake Stoop alongside Ty Heckathorn. It's been a back and forth game, but at the beginning, it was all Eastern Florida State. The Buccaneers fighting their way back and making this one a contest. Salam Silla drives in just short off the leg.
Yeah, and see what the Buccaneers try to do here. Oh, looking to press.
Johnson on Patino, right hand, missed. Patino with the board.
Seems like that drive is a bit forced. Johnson hasn't had anything going yet offensively tonight, yet to connect on a single field goal, trying to change that. Meanwhile, on this other end here, Corey Calker.
Double C for 3, got it to go!
There we go. That's what he needs. His first one from deep tonight, getting him 7 points on the evening. Corey Calker, the engine of the offense for the Titans, hopefully here early in the second half.
KJ Parker, oh, got away with a travel. Mateshot, happy feet down there.
What an amazing strip by Armadrick Erkins Ford. Active hands all night tonight. Now looking to go to work in the post, right back on Mateshot.
As you said, Erkins Ford inside on Mateshot. Thought he'd get the reverse lay to go, just short. He'll go to the line, and Joel Mateshot with 4 personals now, Ty.
Oh my goodness, what a position this puts Coach Darren Wallace in for the Buccaneers. Florida Southwestern, quite the dilemma because Mateshot has been impactful, but probably gonna have to make a move to get him out of the game here. There's too much at stake in a close contest like this with this much time still to go.
Titans with 4 minutes into this half, up a touchdown on the opposers. welcome back in. Erkins Ford at the line. Talked about him a little bit at half. Both of us wanting a little bit more from him. Knocks down the first.
Yeah, now he gave us a little bit of something there on that nice spin to the baseline, going up for the reverse finish and draw on the foul on Maychot. That was a pretty nifty move. See if he can take advantage of doing more of that when he's going to be matched up probably against number 14, Jeremy Innocent, Florida Southwestern.
Split the pair. Maychot out of the game. Martinez looks okay. He's back in there. Good sign. Parker double teamed in that corner. Sumahoro driving in. Kicks to the open shooter. Johnson just off with the front iron.
Yeah, we haven't seen a whole lot of threes from either squad tonight. Outside shots just not connecting routinely. Neither team's gotten into a rhythm.
Calker feeds Erkins Ford. Open three, top of the key. See ya! Got it to go!
Well, I guess I ask and I shall receive, because just like that, Sia decides to shut me up real quick by connecting from the top of the arc.
The Titans extend the lead to 10. The first time it's been a double-digit lead since the first 4 minutes of the contest. Inside is Martinez, left hand, what a take.
Martinez, second bucket of the night. He's got 5. And on the other end, Freddie Salam-Sia with 18 points for the Titans.
He does it all. 7 for 7 from the line as well. Calker, Sia again. Just short.
Couldn't hit from the same spot.
Rebound goes to Johnson. Buccaneers on the break. Lob! Oh my goodness! Wow! Innocent, leaving nothing to be desired. The throwdown.
What an incredible cut from the corner to come baseline and be ready to absolutely get up for that jam.
That one had to be scripted. I mean, Innocent came out of that corner. And from our viewpoint, I have the corner blocked by a monitor, so I didn't even know he was there. And that lob was pretty, Ty.
Yeah, to us, he literally came out of nowhere.
Spawned.
There we go. There's one of those exciting, high-flying moments we've been waiting for tonight.
It's like he was bush camping down there and then just came out of nowhere for all you video game lovers out there. Patino, corner three. That's his second of the half.
Hey-oh. We might have a little bit of something going here now, Jake.
Can't leave him open. Great shot off the action to leave him open in the corner.
Patino's second one of the half.
Martinez goes up, right-handed hook shot. What a rebound by Efsc. He's feisty down there, Ty.
Yes, he is, and we spoke about how he rebounds particularly well for a guy his size. At just 6'1", but still getting over 5 boards a game to go along with his 6 points and an efficient shooter. Efsc's actually got into double figures 6 times this season.
We're 6.5 minutes into this half. 9-point lead for the Titans. Chandler Watts working on the recent check-in, Breno Silva. Calker now driving in with 10 on the shot clock. Tried to feed Watts inside through a fastball, and that was not caught.
Yeah, that just a bit of an ill-advised play, Jake. Should have not forced that with a bunch of hands in tight. That pass not connecting. That was going to be difficult to make, even if it did, for it to turn into something down there.
Turnovers like that can change the momentum. KJ Parker working on Patino, made him fly there. Parker driving on Sia. 5 seconds on that shot clock. Sumahoro, tough jumper. Oh my goodness!
What?
What the heck?
No, I don't even know how he got that shot off, let alone converted on that attempt from the corner down there.
That was nuts.
Wow. Leaning, and there was no doubt about that one. Incredible shot by Sumahoro.
Foul on the floor, on the defense. goes on number 11, Breno Silva. Averages 7 a game from Joinville, Brazil. He gets tagged for that foul.
Yeah, and a substitution here.
It's been a high-flying second half so far. Tough jumpers, tough takes, tough blocks.
We're getting some high-quality plays from both ends. Definitely been a little bit more of an exciting start to the second half. Slower pace with the whistle.
Calker goes up. What a layup. Oh, my goodness.
There we go again with another one of those tough finishes. Calker starting to build some momentum for himself. He's up to 9 in the game.
Dribble drive action. Jamari Johnson with it. Working on his Soji.
Might have left his feet.
Kick out to Sumuharo off the glass.
Near travel call, ends in a three-pointer way off the mark either way. Buccaneers still in this one very much.
Patino thought about the three, drives in on Alvin. Sia directing traffic, working on Sumuharo. One-on-one, sizing him up. Missed the block, a Soji board. Right hand, right side. A foul is called on Innocent. Man, the Titans get a break.
There was, man, tenacious on the part of Wesley Asoji to stick with that. Not once, twice, 3 times. Coach Gray at halftime again wanted to tell us that he was going to be letting the guys know in the locker room that he wants a lot of bodies going at the boards at the offensive and defensive end. We're seeing a bit of that so far.
Ty, what have you liked about this first 8 minutes of this game? First half at least.
Well, the first 8 minutes and change of this second half, I've liked a bit more than how we got into the first half, because not that it was particularly that boring, but it was a slow starter, so we haven't had to wait quite as long for, like you said, those exciting plays. We've had some incredible jams, some very difficult jumpers that have actually been going down despite the tough defense. So both teams playing really hard with a lot on the line, getting late in the year. It's been a very fun matchup to watch.
In the first half, it was a slow game, which, in my opinion, with the length of the Buccaneers, it definitely favors FSW. The second half, teams have been getting in transition, and I really do believe that favors the Titans, who are high flyers. They can run, they can play defense, and especially with the Buccaneers in foul trouble, they're not going to want to play half-court ball as much, and that really does go in Titans' favor.
Yeah, absolutely, Jake. And not currently on the floor, but a guy that we're hoping to see one of those high-flying plays from is number 0, Chandler Watts for Eastern Florida.
Isoji at the line, 50% from the charity stripe on the year. Got the first. Checking back in is Imandrek Erkinsford, coming in for Freddie Salam-Sia. Erkinsford with 9 points, Salam-Sia with 18, Ty.
Yeah, and Erkinsford has been active, and particularly early in this game with drawing fouls, and we're going to have the privilege of seeing the matchup again with mate shots. So those 4 fouls, see what happens down low at the other end of the floor in a second.
Tough rebound by Alvin. Buccaneers down 10 with 11 and change to go. KJ Parker getting a screen from Alvin. Alvin on the undersized Corey Calker. 6 seconds on that shot clock. Parker now on Jovial Acevedo Arroyo. Step through left hand, missed everything. The putback was good by mate shot, but it was still in his hands when that buzzer went off.
Yeah, just not quite enough time left on this shot clock when Parker got that up in the first place. And when it missed everything wide left, putback attempt was not going to be able to count. Fantastic effort there, sneaking in behind the defense on the baseline, but to no avail.
Erkinsford feed to Isoji. Inside on Parker, right hand, got it to go off the spin move.
That was a nice unconventional finish to spin back right and hit it with the right hand as well.
Tough defense by Calker. Inside drive, Silva right hand, great take, physical.
Very strong, slicing through the defense. And nothing too fancy. Earlier in this game, we saw a lot of guys trying to finger roll with the offhand or reverse it in.
Perkins forward three, just short.
That finish on the other end by Silva was simple and effective.
Whistle blows. Asoji called for that foul off that rebound. Didn't have to because the other team already had the ball, but chose to grab there.
Yeah, hopefully we don't see too many of those types of fouls. We had one towards the end of the first half by Erkins Ford as well. Just want to avoid those types of things getting down to the wire.
Parker drives, right hand from Erkins Ford. Sends that one to last week.
Oh my goodness. These rejections have been emphatic. I mean, that's not in this house. That's not in this neighborhood. That's not in this town. They're not allowing anything like that to go up that soft and go down.
If you attack the rim, expect someone to meet you there.
Yeah, absolutely, and turn you away quickly.
Silva inbounding. 10 seconds on that shot clock. No action yet. Nate shot inside on Erkins Ford. Gets inside, right hand. I mean, he just gets up, puts it right in.
That was beautiful footwork too as he shuffled across the lane, took advantage of the positioning, and he took advantage of that on Erkins Ford to nicely create an easier finish for himself close to the rim. Nate shot sitting on 11 points, efficient 5 of 6 tonight.
Calker feeds Erkins Ford inside. Blocked by Mateshot. I mean, what in the world is going on right now? Calker, right wing three, got it to go. All nylon.
Heyo. Calker getting himself up to 12 tonight on that triple.
Calker on sophomore night. Got it to go from that right wing. 8:45 left to go in this half. Mateshot, can he shoot the three? Not that time. Rebounded inside. Asoji got a hand on that one, but not before he fouled Innocent.
Oh man, or was that foul on Patino underneath? Regardless, that would have been another devastating swat. Yeah, Patino is going to pick up his 3rd personal.
You're right on that one. Very physical game. There's so many guys down there crashing the glass. It's hard to know who gets the foul call. Probably should wait until I hear the PA guy before I announce it over this broadcast.
Well, Jake, I mean, he swung that right arm so viciously, you would have thought.
Now checking in for the Buccaneers, 0 Ahmed Sumaharo and Jamari Johnson checking in for the Titans. We've got Yoav Botzer, Chandler Watts back in the game, Freddie Salam Sia. So Patino, after that foul, gets put on the bench.
And for Eastern Florida State, Sia, the leading scorer on the night, back in the game.
Free throw up and good. 9-point deficit for the Bucks. Calker.
Got full court press coming now from Florida Southwestern. Interesting with so much time left.
That time they get the steal. Innocent. Oh, now inside the drive off the glass. The block is called. Jamari Johnson going to the line. Freddie Salam Sia picks up his 2nd.
Oh my goodness, was that some frenetic action back and forth for just a second. A turnover, a near turnover right back, and then a little loose with the ball, both teams there when the pressure got turned up. Be interesting to see how disciplined they can remain, just bringing the ball up the floor and avoiding giving their opponent easy buckets in transition.
So Johnson going back to the line. He's got 2 shots, makes the first.
And Johnson, the freshman guard, 6'5", had 15 for his season high earlier this year against Miami-Dade. He's about a 65% foul shooter. Getting his first points so far tonight, right now at the line.
Now subbing in is Japheth Martinez checking in for Maychot. Both the bigs have 4 personal fouls. Interested to see what Coach Wallace does down the stretch with these 2 guys.
It will be interesting to see, Jake. Martinez has been a little less effective on the offensive end than Maychot had, so we'll see if Eastern Florida can take advantage. We have some shenanigans in the crowd tonight.
Who else but a Yankees fan is trying to distract? And it worked that time. Yankees fans are down bad. We gotta let them go on that one.
Yeah, I suppose we'll let that one fly. You do what you can, and if it supports the home effort, then hey, it's all well worth it.
Calker drives in, feeds Watts inside. Approaching the 8-minute mark now. Watts drives in, foul called. This one will be in the act of shooting, which sends Watts to the free throw line.
Chandler Watts so far tonight has got 4 points, a couple of rebounds. Waiting for the flashes of excitement on the offensive end for him, as he's only connected on 1 of 3 field goals, but he's averaging about 9 a game to go along with 4 boards this season.
I thought the referee initially signaled him to be shooting free throws, but instead they take it out in the baseline. Next dead ball will be a stoppage. Corey Calker feeds Erkins forward inside, bounce pass to Watts. Got hacked, no call.
Tried to find his man cutting from the dunker's spot along the baseline, and like you said, no call on that contact. Playing through. Haven't seen as many whistles in this half.
It's in on the shot clock. Sumahoro, right wing 3. They need it, can't get it. Rebound to Calker. Beautiful box out by Yoav Botzer.
Yeah, had an open look there with Sumahoro, but just couldn't connect. He's got 6 points and 3 boards so far tonight.
Erkins forward, trying to get him in some action on Martinez. See ya for 3, off the mark. This ball is going to the Buccaneers, and we have a timeout on the floor. 6:58 left to go in Melbourne between the Titans and the Bucks.
Immediate timeout.
That was a short media timeout. We're back inside of the Titan Fieldhouse on the campus of Eastern Florida State College. I'm Jake Stoop alongside Ty Heckathorn. What did you think about that last possession there from the court?
Yeah, that last possession there, we saw rebounding come into play again. Nice fight for the offensive board by crashing and getting a hand on it. Coach Gray spoke to our Jordan Osborne on the court during halftime and said specifically that boxing out is going to be a huge focus. We've seen his team be able to extend the lead a little bit, and thanks to accomplishing that here in the second half. Do you agree, Jake?
I totally agree, and for Botzer, I'd love to see that from him. He's only 6'2", 160, but fights like he's a lot bigger. Heart definitely matters to him.
Yeah, absolutely. He's got valuable experience, too, having played in the Israeli National League previously.
Tight man-to-man coverage for the Titans. Buccaneers needing every bucket right now. Driving in, that's KJ Parker. Now that's over to Johnson. 7 seconds on that shot clock. Parker now working on Calker. Sumahoro right hand off the iron. Foul is called. That one is on the Titans. Give it to Freddie Salam-Sia. That's only his third, but man, that gives them another shot down here.
Yeah, and you know, we were just praising the Titans about boxing out, and unfortunately this foul call is a result of not doing so on the defensive end. We saw so many purple bodies down in the paint right there. You got to get them before they get to that point. Otherwise, you leave yourself vulnerable to fouls like that.
Parker drives in. Open shooter, top of the key. Johnson got it to go. Lead cuts down to 5.
There we go, and that second chance opportunity just cost the Titans 3 points because the Buccaneers were able to convert.
2-possession game from Melbourne. Don't go anywhere. This one's bound to be tight. Erkins Ford inside. Went to the reverse, got fouled.
And we've seen that a couple of times tonight, Jake, where he has spun baseline by leveraging, getting the weight onto his left foot back in towards the lane and then spinning back right. Phenomenal work by Erkins Ford.
I thought Erkins Ford was going to stuff Sumahoro there, but instead relies on that hang time, try to get on the other side of the basket.
Yeah, nice adjustment, nice way to draw contact.
Miss off the back iron. Every free throw matters. Martinez checking out. To replace him is Chol Maychot. So both bigs have had 3 fouls since 4 minutes left in the first half. Both playing very disciplined basketball with 4 now.
Yeah, it was a bit of a gamble to be interchanging them on part of Coach Wallace for Florida Southwestern, but his guys have been sticking to it, and like you said, disciplined, been able to hang in there up to this point.
Erkins Ford misses both. Parker working on Patino. Deep jumper, got it.
Oh,
1 possession game.
That's a nice shot there, Jake. Beautiful looking stroke from the right side. Parker has got himself now in double figures.
Chandler Watts has had a quiet day. Tries to feed Erkins Ford. And if this is on Maychot, that's a big call.
Waiting to see from the officials.
And I believe it is on Maychot because Martinez is at that scorer's table. Maychot checking out. The Mississippi State commit has 5 fouls, and that'll end his day today, Ty.
Oh my goodness. Well, we just seem to kind of prophesized exactly what ended up happening by laying out the fact that they had been disciplined, and unfortunately, turn of events in the following seconds leads to his exit from the game. We'll see what Martinez can do. Earlier we spoke about how he has not been able to produce offensively down on the block like Maychot had for the Buccaneers.
Mississippi State commit had a great day, 11 points, 2 rebounds, 1 block, shooting 5 for 7 from the field. Also had that crazy electric dunk that got this place riled up.
Oh, that was quite the play, Jake, but just unfortunately, the early trouble, I think, in those first 4 minutes of the first half where him and Erkins Ford were going back and forth and either being baited into it or just absolute savvy gameplay and the tight whistles from the officiating crew led to this exit with a crucial about 5.5 minutes left to go.
Erkins Ford broke the cold streak and hit that first free throw. He's 1 for his last 3. Got both. Lead extended to 5 with 5.5. I'm Jake Stoop alongside Ty Heckathorn. Action from Eastern Florida State College. Drive in for Sumahoro. Almost hit the layup. Drew the foul on Corey Calker.
Yeah, my goodness. The 6'3" sophomore guard out of Lawrenceville, Georgia. Going to get a trip here to increase his totals of 6 points on the night. He's averaging 10.5 a game this year, go along with 3 boards and about 3 assists.
Misses the first of the 1-and-1, or it will be 2 shots. So, yeah, they move for no reason down there.
Yeah, that being a shooting foul there, regardless of how many team fouls there are up to this point. He's getting 2.
I saw a move. I was like, wait, wasn't that a layup? A little bit confused there. But both teams have 5 players with over 5 points today. Lots of guys getting involved.
And due to some really great defense, too, we haven't seen the high numbers from any one particular player. Sumahoro once had 22 in a game this season, actually against Daytona State College, but nobody's approaching that figure yet tonight. Been difficult for the points to come on either side.
Sumahoro splits the pair. Calker, Sia, Erkins Ford, Watson, Patino. out there for the Titans. Perkins forward inside on Martinez. He's got 4 fouls. Sia fake the corner 3. Right hand layup. What in the world?
Oh, that was a great take.
That's like a hook shot. I don't know how that went in.
The Buccaneers tried to collapse on him down in the paint, but too little, too late, as a nice, soft right-hand finish is able to go down after bouncing around the rim for a second.
You got that home goal bounce. Pull-up jumper from Parker, just short.
He does not have that bounce, evidently.
That ball was contested by Sia and rebounded by Sia.
Fantastic defense on his part, utilizing the length over Parker to get in his face and make that a really difficult jump shot.
Oh my goodness. Moving screen is called on Erkins Ford. That's his 3rd. Or actually, that's on Chandler Watts, his 4th. I mean, Chandler Watts is just as confused as I am. I thought that was on Erkins Ford.
Interesting call nonetheless. That was kind of a bang-bang play. Not sure what transpired, but regardless, it's a turnover for the offensive foul, and the Buccaneers are going to have the ball. Close game.
6-point deficit for the Bucks. 4 minutes left to go. Jumper for Parker. That's so pretty, Ty.
There we go. He had the separation this time. Clean look at the rim, and he did not miss.
They say mid-ranges are the worst shot to take in basketball these days, but Parker has certainly relied on them.
Yeah, but you know, at this level, I'm not sure you can play too much into the analytics game.
Erkins Ford tried to feed Sia.
Got some contact.
Patino for 3, right wing, missed it. Watts got up. Oh my goodness. The high jumper got up and almost boarded that one.
There he was. He wanted the putback, but he was contacted, I believe, by Jamari Johnson.
A second ago, I saw Watts kind of look up at us. I'm wondering if he's thinking about that pregame promise. We got 3:24 left to go in the half. Don't go anywhere. This one, tight finish coming up.
Chandler Watts to the line.
Welcome back in. It's a beautiful day for basketball. Mid-70s today. Beautiful drive over here with that nice sunset tie. And this basketball has lived up to the hype. Both teams coming in. They've been hot. As Chandler Watts knocks down the first.
Yeah, hard to find much better places to be than in Melbourne on a night like this, especially when we're being treated to such an exciting basketball game. It's coming down to the wire. A few minutes, great play from 2 great teams.
Watts got both. The free food voucher helps as well. I'm a big fan of that. We get a little hungry on the drive over.
You know, you never turn down a free meal whether you're a college student or not.
Especially if you're a college student.
Especially if you're a college student. Your favorite word is free, I think.
Martinez inside, got fouled by Erkins Ford. That will be his 3rd this time. Fans don't like that call, Ty.
No, we're getting a bit of a response from them over there, and that's not the first time we've heard that tonight, too. There's been a few close ones that could have gone either way, but I'd say that perhaps they even out when we look back on them up to this point. Neither team's gained a particular advantage from the whistle.
I think they've been pretty consistent, calling it pretty tight. Both teams have played physical. But last half we had around 20 fouls that whole half. This time we have 17. So we're about at that same mark. So a lot of consistency.
Yeah, we had a good flow going for a minute in the gameplay, and unfortunately we've kind of devolved back down to a lot of interruptions with these. But nonetheless, a very exciting matchup.
Martinez got that one, which is prompted a timeout by Darren Wallace with just 3 minutes to go in this game. Now, if you're Coach Wallace here, Ty, you've got a couple minutes to go. You're down 5. What are you telling your guys in this huddle?
What I'm telling my guys is, listen, we don't have our 7-footer for the rest of the way, so we have to make sure that Eastern Florida State does not continue to beat us on the glass, because I think that they have had some stretches where they have done exactly that, and it's completely swung the momentum.
Totally agree, and now would be a great time to have Coach Lynn, who helped call the women's game. I was telling him, I'm like, hey, I wouldn't ask me that question because the only experience I have in basketball is 6th grade middle school. This guy's won the national championship. But I think what he would say is, hey, give the ball to your best guys, open up some three-point opportunities, and shooting three-point shots allows time for those offensive rebounders to crash the glass. So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a little bit of that, Ty.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've seen KJ Parker get a bit of that outside shot going. So maybe they will turn to him to be the driving force for this offense, as they're only down 5 with just over 3 minutes to go. Interesting to see what Coach Wallace decides on for the Buccaneers as they open out of the timeout in a press again. This time the full court pressure, no problem for the Titans.
Perkins Ford inside, right hand. And that right hand, not the most comfortable shot for him.
No, it wasn't. Seems like he got ahead of himself, spinning back and forth, trying to go off glass.
Buccaneers with a chance to cut this to a 1-possession game. Parker now driving inside. Still got some time. Martinez inside, right hand, no foul call. Scrambling on the floor. This one stays with the Bucks. Chandler Watts had the ball on that baseline, but only 5 seconds to shoot for the Bucks here.
Yeah, and just as we were saying, KJ Parker is who they were relying on to try and create some of that offense, setting up Martinez down on the block, but unable to get through really tough defense of Erkins Ford.
He had some opportunities to put up a shot, just declined them.
He's got to not hesitate there, Jake.
Jamari Johnson feeds Sumaharo. They got to get a shot off. Can't do it on time. Even if it would have counted, he missed that one by a mile.
Miscommunication after just losing control of the ball by Sumaharo. And then Johnson shot attempt not off in time. Not well executed coming out of the inbounds.
Calker and Patino able to break the press. Approaching 2 minutes left to go. 5-point lead for the Titans. Erkins Ford now to Sia, driving in the right side. A moving screen. Erkins Ford with his 4th foul now.
Offensive foul number 13 on Erkins Ford.
Man, there have been so many of those tonight.
Yeah, I imagine that we could think of half a dozen right off the top of our heads where unfortunately it's just been turnovers either side, but in particularly for Eastern Florida State, that has been a problem. Their bigs not getting set before getting these screens executed with the guards.
Every defensive foul means 2 free throws now. Both teams in the double bonus. Drive inside, kick out left wing. Sumaharo in and out, it falls in.
Oh my goodness.
I thought that fell out, Ty.
I thought it was toilet bowling back out also, but it managed to drop.
Erkins Ford trapped in the corner. He's got to call a timeout. The Buccaneers fired up. 1-possession game with less than 2 to go, Ty.
Yeah, that's exactly where you cannot let the ball get to, is in the corner, double coming, and then you have nowhere to turn. Unable to throw it over the top. You don't want to force it, give up an easy bucket in transition. So yeah, the timeout here for Coach Gray and the Titans. Very well executed by the Buccaneers there. 1-possession game with 1:40 left. Jake, don't know what the Titans need to do to respond here, but they got to come up with something. They've been stagnant on offense for the last couple minutes.
Well, it's at the point where you don't need to worry about the clock. It's such a tight game. Don't worry about wasting it. Instead, draw up your best play, because right here, you've got to create some separation with only 1:40 left to go, Ty.
Yes, and I think that means drawing up a play for either Corey Calker or Freddie Salam-Sia. Obviously, they're going to have to break the presses. They're still going to have to work the ball down the length of the floor first. But once they break that, if they have an easy opportunity in transition for a bucket, get behind that defense and take that early too. Not worry about the clock. You just need buckets right now, any way that you can get them.
And the refs have been trigger happy, so I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a drive inside either through Erkins Ford or Chandler Watts, sending them potentially to the free throw line. We've got 1:41 left to go. If you haven't been with us all game, it was dominated by the Titans early on, and then that's when the Bucks got hot, coming out, making that less than a 10-point game at halftime, and since then they have crawled their way back into this one.
Yeah, they have, Jake, and they've tied it up even on a couple of occasions, just not been able to pull back in front. See if the Titans can maintain this slim distance that they have ahead of the Buccaneers.
This is Peak Hoops inside of Melbourne. I'm Jake Stoop with Ty Heckathorn next to me. 90 seconds left to go.
Folks, we're in store for a thrilling finish.
Calker, drive in, Patino top of the key. Driving in, pump fake, right hand, he got it off the glass.
Beautifully done by Patino. He was looking for that contact, but despite not getting it, he finished.
Patino is the Memphis commit. He'll be taking that to the 901 next year. Sumahoro, step back, no, faked it. Now inside to Johnson. Parker, top of the key, in and out. Foul is called, and we're going back to the Titans.
Yeah, fortunate for the Titans here, they're going to get this foul call because they did not box out Eugene Alvin. He came crashing in uncontested. Nobody put a body on him, and had it not been for the Titans getting the hand on it first, that could have been a second chance opportunity for the Buccaneers.
We talked about in the break, you got to get the ball to your best players. That time they drew up the action for Felipe Patino, got him inside, nice pump fake, then the layup off the glass. He had 0 points, Ty, in the first half. He's got 8 in the second.
Yeah, what a phenomenal job of turning it around. You talked about it a lot. You predicted it, actually. So good for him. He's been able to get it going. Now the double bonus for the Titans.
Watts at the line. Got the first one. Friendly roll.
Yeah, soft touch on that stroke there.
Second one from the stripe. Chandler Watts shooting 60% from the line this year. Second one is up, missed short, rebounded to Erkins Ford. That is a huge board.
Oh my goodness, the Buccaneers dove in towards the rim, and that missed so short that it kicked all the way outside of the lane.
Calker got punched by Jamari Johnson, who was trying to poke that ball away and hit him in the side.
Things quickly falling apart for the Buccaneers here. Just unsuccessful box out and ability to get the defensive board off the free throw, and then another foul, 2 more shots.
Misses the first. The Titans on a 3-game win streak, sitting at second in the Citrus Conference. This would be a huge win to keep them in that top position. They're 9-1 at home, 11 out of their last 12 since early December. Got the second. 6-point game with 50 and a half.
Titans up and down at the free throw line, keeping the Buccaneers in it, but it is a 6-point margin.
That's Johnson. Parker now. Sumahoro drives in, got fouled. That's going to go on Felipe Patino, his 4th foul. So since they're in the double bonus, Buccaneers getting 2 shots.
Sumahoro already with himself having double figures, 10 points and 3 boards on the night. Looking to add to that. We got some nice home crowd involvement here, trying to get a chant going to throw them off and let the home team keep this lead.
Ice in the veins of Ahmed Sumahoro. Lead cut down to 5. Ty, assuming he knocks down this second free throw, what are you drawing up on defense, and are you fouling?
So at this point in time, I do think that they need to foul. Less than 38 seconds in a 4-point game, that's just not enough to let the Titans have a full possession.
Almost stolen off the inbounds by Sumahoro. He was arguing that Calker touched it last.
Both guys were there, but it appears that Sumahoro is the hand that touched it last. Great job just getting to the spot and deflecting that. Buccaneer defenders are plastered to their men.
Inbound to Patino. Sia gets the ball off the break. Pulls back wisely. Double team now. Timeout is called by Eastern Florida State wisely because Sia was in no man's land with basically 3 defenders because he had the sideline and 2 guys trapping him.
Yeah, he just turned the wrong way when he stopped his dribble. He pulled back and had the opportunity to reverse the ball to the center of the court. Didn't do so, and Coach Gray having to take this timeout for the Titans. 28.5 remaining and 4-point advantage. Jake, what do you think here for Eastern Florida State coming out of the timeout?
Well, I think they obviously need to play into the hands of the Buccaneers. What I mean is it's okay to play the foul game because they have a lot of good free throw shooters, and if you can't run away from all the action, it's okay because there are 2 guys in FSW's roster that are in the lineup now that have 4 fouls, including Jamari Johnson and Japheth Martinez. If either of them are the ones that foul, they're out of the game. So I would just play this one straight up and see if you can get some free throws to fall.
Absolutely. I believe the Titans are 21 of 29 at the line to this point this evening. Had plenty of opportunities there, and they're going to get some more as we're anticipating a foul very quickly here. See how fast Coach Wallace's squad can get to their man.
Calker finds Erkins Ford. That's probably the right guy to foul, and they do foul him. Erkins Ford shooting 76 from the line.
And they got that foul on him, but they were trying to trap, it appeared. They brought the double, seeing if they maybe could strip it, but Erkins Ford at 6'9", wisely put that ball up high above the guards, not letting them reach it. Erkins Ford, these are going to be his 12th and 13th shots at the foul line tonight. He is currently 7 of 11.
That's a great gas station, Ty. Amondrick knocks down the first, extends this lead to 5.
Yeah, absolutely. 8 of 12 doesn't have quite the same ring to it, but you know, if you're looking for some snacks or something, I'm sure the 7-Eleven would have looked better.
I've been upset at 7-Eleven because I go there to find Prime Energy and they just don't have it. It's my favorite energy drink, personally.
Well, maybe you just have the wrong favorite energy drink.
Some would tell me that. Second free throw off the mark. Buccaneers needing a bucket.
Some would say that based on the energy in your voice, you don't need any at all, Jake.
I get stuck on the highs, apparently. Drive in for Parker. Right hand off the glass. Who's that foul on? Oh, that goes on Watts. So that's his 5th.
Gonna foul out Chandler Watts.
Which means that also their leading scorer, KJ Parker, going to the line with 12 points, 5 for 10 on the day, but his first free throws.
Yeah, let's say it's kind of surprising that this is going to be KJ Parker's first attempts. He is an 86% foul shooter, which is the best of any on the Buccaneers squad. It's the right guy you want on the line, trying to bring this to a 3-point game.
The referee thought Thomas Gray signaled for a timeout, but accepted his mistake. We've got 2 free throws here for Parker. First one on the way, got it to go. That's my favorite kind of free throw, when it goes over the rim, grazes that back rim, and the net doesn't move.
Oh,
so pretty.
Pure.
So pretty. I like that better than nothing but net, personally.
Yeah, super satisfying. I'm very familiar with that personally.
You make shots a lot like that?
That's exactly like that, Jake.
Yeah. I mean, hey, all I'll say is there's a reason we're up here. 1 possession game.
Oh, fair enough. I mean, my excuse is injury. I don't know about you.
I got to hoop with you, man. I got to see that in action.
Yeah, we'll get right to it.
1 possession game, 14 seconds to go. Erkins Ford finds Patino. Calker now gets it into the front court.
Close call there on that pass in the backcourt, almost not handled. Put a lot of mustard on it, but way to control. Titans keep it, get the foul call.
The foul goes on Sumahoro, which means that's the end of his day. He will be out of the game. Calker now to the line, shoots 73%. Not the best guy to send to the line, but he's been solid today, 1 for 2.
Ahmed Simahuro finished with 12 points, 3 boards, including a couple of triples and 4 of 6 at the line.
EFSC is doing what they need to do to ice this game away, knocking down the free throws.
Yeah, push that to 4 points, and now
That's 5.
how about that 68-63, Jake?
Last chance for the Buccaneers. They need a quick one. Parker going to the rack, right hand lay off the mark. And the Titans with a huge come from behind home win against the Florida Southwestern State Buccaneers. They move to 19-3 on the year, 8-1 in the Citrus Conference. FSW moving to 5-3 in conference, 12-8 on the year. I'm Jake Stoop alongside Ty Heckathorn. Ty, what'd you think about that matchup?
Oh man, what a fantastic finish that we were treated to. I mean, although it got choppy at points because of all the foul trouble on either side, overall great action. We got to see both teams kind of, like you said, out-gritty one another because of the tough nature that they had to scrap and claw for this win. Wasn't always clean, but the Eastern Florida State Titans are the ones that did just a little bit better job. And now, gonna kick it over to you, Jake, right before Jordan comes on.
And the Titans move to 19-3, but right now let's go down to our sideline reporter,
Hey, Coach, you are
Jordan
now
Osborne.
on a 4-game winning streak and won the last 11 out of 12 games. How has this team been so victorious recently?
It's all about the type of kids that we have. It's nothing to do with coaching. We got a high-level group of guys that are really talented, but just as much as they're talented, they have that high of character. They love each other. They compete in practice. Even when things aren't going their way, they fight through adversity. And it's a hats off to their families, the people that raised them. High level group of guys.
Now, the penalties were a big factor in tonight's game. How do you stop the penalties from affecting your team's performance?
Yeah, it's all about guarding without fouling. And we'll look back. I mean, to hold that team to 63 points, we'll take that. But obviously they got to the free throw line too much. We talk about, fouling with our hands on drives way too much, and we review the film, and that's something that we know that we've got a bit. But anytime that you're aggressive as we are defensively, you're going to have fouls. And so I'd rather them venture on the side of being aggressive and sometimes giving up some fouls rather than not being aggressive enough and just letting guys score. So we'll take that, but obviously work on it in the future.
Looking into your next game against St. Petersburg, what do you need to focus on before heading into that matchup?
Well, it's a great point that you just brought up. I thought St. Pete, the last time that we played them, they just got downhill and they got to the free throw line a ton. So we've got to solve the issues that we have with fouling off the drive really quickly, and we got to be ready to go Saturday. They're a great team, a team that they gave us a lot of problems here. When we played them here, we were fortunate to come out with a win, so we got to be ready to go.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you so much.
Back to you guys.
Thanks, Jordan, for that sideline report. It was a great night in Melbourne today. Ty, what'd you think of the Titans' performance?
Yeah, I think that the Titans need more matchups like this, actually, as the season winds down, because if you look at their previous 6 wins, they all had been by double digits. So having to see how they would manage these late game pressure situations, and as Coach Gray was just talking about, seeing how the team would respond and kind of fight through this adversity, they've been great as